Now they begging for a fight. Now they want to fight me now. I don't sell, so there's no need for you to even mention my name no more. Don't say Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
But in the same token, Jaron Ennis had a
Cause he a hater.
Nah, you think so? You think he had something to do with it?
Hater. Cause he a hater.
Jaron Ennis has taken several shots at Crawford, publicly calling him out and even promising to knock him out during a recent live session. After Crawford defeated Canelo, Boots made it clear that the win did not impress him, and he has repeated that opinion in every appearance since then. When asked whether Crawford should now be viewed as one of the greatest fighters ever, Boots said that in his view he does not place Crawford in that category. He explained that his idea of greatness comes from fighters like Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Those are the legends he studies and ranks at the very top of the sport. In his eyes, Crawford simply does not reach that level. This reaction has led many professional fighters to label Boots a hater, and it has also fueled talk that this could be the next big matchup. Let us bring you up to speed.
End it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called, and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So right. I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, but don't just.
Even after Crawford secured one of the biggest victories of his career by beating Canelo, Boots did not shower him with praise. His initial response was brief and direct, simply saying it was a great win. Soon after that, another clip surfaced where Boots went even further, claiming that he actually fell asleep while watching the fight.
Going at it, though, I wanted to falling asleep. I'm like, I can't stay up no longer. I just wanted to fall asleep.
For a lot of fans, it sounded disrespectful, but that is exactly how Ennis has decided to treat any talk about Crawford. He has no interest in praising him or coming across as someone trying to get attention with compliments. Instead, he wants to be seen as a driven fighter who is not buying into the hype surrounding Crawford. More than anything, he wants the public to understand that he does not believe Crawford is unbeatable.
Come on, man. Boots had a chance to fight me. Virgil Ortiz had an opportunity to fight me, but now everybody, I fight Terence, or I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, okay, cool. When y'all had y'all opportunity, y'all went elsewhere. But now that y'all see I'm the ticket, now y'all like, oh yeah, we want to fight Terence Crawford. We want to.
The interesting part is that Crawford himself has ruled out a fight with Ennis. Right after his win over Canelo, when asked about possibly facing Boots at 154, Crawford said no, he wasn't moving down and he wouldn't fight Ennis. That answer only gave Boots more ammunition because now he can point at Crawford and claim he is avoiding the younger fighter. Crawford may be 42 and undefeated, but Boots is also unbeaten and approaching a similar kind of record. When the veteran openly says he won't face the new generation, it becomes easy for Ennis to use that against him.
Whole lot of sense, and the fight that stylistically would be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
Just after all the back and forth, Eddie Hearn has added his own spin by calling Ennis the new Crawford and saying he wants to set up a fight between them to prove it. Hearn has even admitted that it would take a huge payday to get Crawford to agree because he knows it would be a risky matchup. That is exactly the point Boots has been making in his own way. If Crawford truly believes he is the best, then facing Ennis should not intimidate him.
Go to another level yet. He just went to a little bit. He got so much more in his bag, man.
Can you explain what you mean by another level?
Another level when somebody gonna give him a real hard fight.
Yeah.
He made that fight look easy.
It definitely did.
You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. You want to see him into a real tough fight, then you're gonna see something else come out of him.
Okay, since you're speaking on tough fights, I did an interview with Eddie Hearn.
Speaking of tough fights, I did an interview with Eddie Hearn yesterday. Hearn's comments focus on what is obvious to everyone. Crawford's biggest win came against an older Canelo who was past his prime. That fight felt more like smart matchmaking than a true test. According to Eddie, Boots is different. He is young, fast, and full of energy. He doesn't fight flat-footed, and he isn't slowing down with age. Crawford wouldn't be able to run around the ring for 12 rounds and win on close cards. Eddie believes Boots would cut off the ring and stop him, and Hearn agrees with that assessment.
Like watching now.
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, yeah.
I love watching Boots. Boots got game. People don't understand Boots got game. You know what I mean? Boots, every now and then he messes on defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford still.
Show me the money. And I'm like, well, Crawford, you're the A side. You supposed to show Boots Ennis the money. That's the funny part about it. You keep telling Ennis to go get the money. You go get the money. You're the A side. Ain't that how this works? In boxing, the A side is the one doing.
He was facing older opponents who were past their prime, just like Andis. Ricky Burns, Ray Beltran, Yuriorkis Gamboa, and Bryce Prescott were all on the decline when Crawford fought them. He didn't face a truly notable name until Victor Postal, and by then Crawford was already 29. So for Crawford's team to claim that Andis hasn't fought anyone is somewhat ironic, and that irony is exactly why Boots continues to respond with confidence.
What's the fight, or who's the dance partner that makes Boots a star?
Right now I don't even know anybody, for real, you know, and anybody that got a big name.
Got you.
Belt.
Got you. But there's no exact guy that you think about? Because I don't want to ask you, hey, this guy, that guy. I know you get those questions a lot. So if you had to say, hey, this is the guy I think, you know, we would have a big fight, who would it be? Because it doesn't seem like the Crawford fight would happen. So what's that dance partner for you?
However, Boots does not just depend on what Crawford's team says about his record. He has made his own position clear in how he approaches the conversation. By refusing to place Crawford on his personal list of all-time greats, he separates being a solid champion from being truly great. When he mentioned Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, and Sugar Ray Leonard, he was showing what real greatness means to him: athleticism, dominance, and victories over opponents in their prime. To Boots, he doesn't see those qualities in Crawford, and he does not believe wins against an older Canelo or Madrimov are enough to put him in that category.
Sparred over a decade ago, no one's been a bigger Terence Crawford believer than Tim Bradley.
Right.
And so Tim still picks Terence to beat Boots, still picks Terence to beat Canelo, but as he continues to assess things, and this is how I felt for a while, is that it's a little similar, not quite all the way the same, but it's a little similar.
Promoters like Hearn are already focusing on the financial side of things. Crawford has Turki Alalshik supporting him, and Turki has invested millions into building his star power. Putting him in the ring with Boots could be risky because if Crawford loses, his entire image could take a major hit. That is why Hearn has doubts about whether Turki would even approve the fight.
Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that.
He compared Crawford's fight with Canelo to polishing an old statue. It looked like gold, but in reality it was all smoke and mirrors. Boots, on the other hand, is a genuine test, and it would take a payday big enough to even make Crawford consider it. That alone shows what people close to the sport really think of Ennis. They know he is dangerous. They know he is capable of beating Crawford, and they know that fight could shift the balance of boxing in the US.
Knocked out David Ebenezer while David Ebenezer was swinging.
But look, the thing about Boots is he's staying in there.
Taking it up the gears. Like,
That's what you do. They both were willing to get hit to hit.
Andis has made it clear that he wants to be the next big name, and Crawford is the mountain he aims to climb. Even when Crawford refuses the fight, Boots keeps talking about him because that is how you maintain pressure. He knows that claiming he would knock Crawford out and constantly reminding people that he isn't impressed keeps his name in the headlines. At the same time, Crawford's refusal to recognize him as a serious opponent makes it appear as though he is avoiding the fight. Fans notice this and begin to question why the young, undefeated fighter is chasing the older champion, while the older champion keeps saying no.
At the end of the day, y'all gonna have to see Boots. And we can't wait. I can't
Why
wait.
you rubbing your stomach,
And I'm
dog?
gonna
What
be
you
right
trying to
there.
say? You get to 154, you ain't coming the fuck back down.
That paper.
He might do something strange for a piece of change that make me come back down.
He might say, man, remember when you was on the show and you was talking that shit and I said that I was gonna beat your ass and I want to fight you? What you doing up there? And I'm gonna be like, here I come.
The criticism from Crawford's camp doesn't change the fact that Ennis has a resume similar to Crawford's at the same age. They may say he still needs to take off the training wheels, but Crawford had them too. The difference is that Crawford received the right push at the right time, with matchmakers giving him opponents that made it look like he was facing killers, even though those fighters were past their prime. Ennis hasn't had that exact push yet, but he has the same skill set and a comparable record. That is why Hearn is promoting him so heavily as the new Crawford, because he sees the same path. Only this time Boots has even more athletic tools and could surpass what Crawford achieved.
So people don't understand. He can box and he's smart.
Yes.
He don't waste no punches, man.
He don't waste that energy.
And he really smart, man, when it comes to that boxing game. But it was me and I'm training him.
Yeah.
I would have him frustrating Canelo.
After the Canelo fight, it is now easier for Ennis to take on the role of challenger because the boxing world was questioning whether Crawford had truly cemented his legacy. At the same time, a fight with Crawford could be the big money matchup. If Boots gets the fight and wins, he could take away from what Crawford has achieved in a significant way. And it all begins with calling him out.
Who punches harder? Jaron Boots Ennis or Terence Bud Crawford? Jaron's shots seem to be more thumping and more like a whip where they come out kind of wider. Jaron also twists his whole body behind each shot, gets a lot of leverage. Terence Bud Crawford's shots seem to be shorter and he gets more of that shoulder.
Consider going back down to 154 and face Jaron Ennis, the guy who prepared Canelo Alvarez for this fight.
Nope. I ain't going down 154.
What we know?
I know everything.
I don't know nothing. I'm trying to find out what I know. Enlighten me.
What you mean enlighten me? You fought Devanese and you could have fought me.
You jumped up out of my sanction body to go fight in the IBF. So what I know?
What you mean?
What you mean? What I mean? Would you rank that in the WBA or not?
Yo, it
or
don't
the
even matter. Yo,
all right, catch up, little homie. Catch up then. If it don't matter, catch up.
Yo,
Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So
Sure.
I feel like he got everything. All this.
He don't bring nothing to the table. He got our leftovers. Why would Bud want to go backwards? Why would want to go backwards? Bud looking for bigger and better fights, so where he can etch his name in the concrete forever. I don't know, cause I really don't look at none of the welterweights since we did clear.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. You know, fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. You know, I win, they're gonna say, oh well, he was young, he wasn't ready. You know, he was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, you know, so much.
All right, everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.